Hi everybody and welcome to my tutorial. This is my first ever one, so bear with me. So welcome to the Ultimate Wedding Tracker. First of all, congratulations on your big day. So to start using the spreadsheet, head to the Finances tab. And you can see I've populated these with some examples, some fictional examples. But how I've built this spreadsheet is that every line has an example of something you'll have to buy in your wedding, if you have a wedding like mine. And there are some other lines at the bottom that are blank in case you add any extras. Things like magic mirrors, umbrellas, blankets, etc. You start by putting the number of things in. So if it's like the venue, you might only have to pay for it. You were presumably going to having one venue. But if it's meals and canopies, you might be having 100 guests. When your caterer confirms how much those meals are, let's say they're £50 a head, if you put 50 into the cost, the true cost will appear at £5,000. You can add comments, so you might say 25 vegetarian. You can call your supplier, let's call them caterers are us. And you might pay off £1,000 of a deposit. So you put £1,000 and it says left to pay. Now you might be lucky and you might be having your parents pay for them. So let's put parents and let's say they're going to pay in August. You can complete these and then you go over here and refresh. And you can see that your parents have got £4,000 to pay in August. That's a quick overview of the Finance tab. The Final Supplier List tab is literally just typing in, but it's a good way of keeping track of all your suppliers. So in this example, we've made up a fictional supplier called Example Productions. Their contact name is John Smith. Their email, their contact phone, their purpose could be, I don't know, lights for DJ. And their expected time on site, which will give you our venue coordinator a good idea of where to expect some people and what time they should arrive. Timelines is very similar, so just a timeline of the day. You can talk about the timestamp, so what you expect to happen during that time. And again, these times can be altered. What the guest experience is, so if you want your guests to be arriving, if you want them to see the cellist playing, what music there is or what entertainment there is kind of around that time, and then any catering options that are served in that time so you keep track of everything you need. The guest list is quite a beast of a tab, but hopefully really helpful. It's a bit of a one-stop shop, and I didn't use all these tabs, but I've added them in just in case you need them. So you can type in your guest first and last name. That will also populate a hidden cell, which we'll see in a minute. You can put in their addresses, their phones, their emails, whether you've sent say the date and the invitation, whether they've accepted for the ceremony and reception, what table you want them sat at, if they have any dietary restrictions, things like they are a vegetarian, for example, other dietaries, so they might be allergic to things like broccoli, and then if they're an alcoholic drinker. The next tab I'll show you is seating plan. So the seating plan automatically pulls through by table and it will pull through all your guests. So I'll just very quickly go back to this guest list and add loads of extra guests. We'll just give them these names as examples and we'll say that they are all on table 1. All the guests have automatically appeared in this table, so they'll automatically pull through onto this table plan. So you can see exactly who's sat where really quickly. But what you can also do is you can use a more manual version at the below. So if you want to make sure that, say, guest 3 is sat next to guest 7, who's sat next to guest 4, can't type. It gives you a really clear way of making sure that you understand how the tables will look in reality. And the final spreadsheet is table name. So this populates the other 2 tabs, but you can call your tables whatever you want. So you can call them you can call them whatever. I've put table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as an example, but rename them and they will automatically pull through onto this tab here, so you can see which tables everyone is sat at. Hopefully that all makes sense. It's super simple to use. I've tried to not make it overly complicated and tried to only automate the things that I think are really important to be automated. But please do reach out if you have any questions.